Hey everyone, thank you for joining the second part of this El Camino. It's not a restore, but getting it up and going video. I know these are longer format videos. This one's going to be pretty long too, but I want to show you what struggles and things I come across as I'm doing this. I'm not a mechanic. I work on a lot of stuff. I grew up on a farm, but definitely not a mechanic. So I want to show you the struggles I go through, the things I'm learning, and we'll just learn together and go along. So thank you for jumping on, and we'll go ahead and cut to the video now. Okay guys, you're probably not going to be able to see much. I'll try to get you in here, but everything in here is shot. The rotor is bad, messed up, so we're going to replace all that. I bought everything that has a ball joint on it is new. Tell that this has been well greased because it can't even see the top of the ball joint there. But I'll go ahead and get started here and take you along. It is very cold today, so I may have to kill the audio eventually and turn the heater on, but I'll try to take you along as far as I can. All right. Steering wheel. Shit stinks in here. Oh, yeah. We have a tremendous amount of grease in here. Okay guys, I'm going to push this ball joint out. This ball joint press, they're pretty expensive, but super handy if you have one. You can always go to somewhere like O'Reilly's or probably pretty much any auto parts store and rent one. And be good to go. What's the socket is that? Right. We're gonna try it with a ratchet first. If the doesn't work, we'll get the impact out of it. I don't think these are impact rated, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Oh, I think she came. You can also use these inside the vehicle too. Just do it up there, but since I was taking it out, just decided to do it out here where I had more room. Yeah. There's the ball joint, popped right out. Worked really well.
Guess I seated my not supposed to seat them that far up in there. There's so much grease on this thing I couldn't tell. A little off the other side. I think the boot's in here. Yep. So, super easy. The top's not going to be so easy. The top is not a press fit. It's actually riveted in, so I'm going to take a grinder and cut those rivets, and I think the new one comes with bolts, so I'm really hoping it comes with bolts, but we'll just buzz those off and probably hit it with a hammer and get them out. But you can see the bottom, super easy to do. If you've got the ball joint press, you could do it on a big press if you had a press like that, but I don't have one of those, so ball joint press works great. Okay, I'm gonna buzz those off real quick. Again, if you got headphones on, that's gonna be really loud. So just taking these rivets off here. Alright, had to work on my air hammer again. If you're wearing earbuds, I'd probably turn your volume down. There's one. Kind of got to look for the outline. Once you hit it once, it pretty easy to see where they're at. Yeah, I didn't want that to come undone. Got in my A-arm a little bit there with grinder, but that's fine. That's all there is to it. Just grind them off and hammer them out. That is a 1976 factory El Camino ball joint. This ball joint's actually still decent shape, but got new ones to replace it, so that's what we're going to do. We'll get these cleaned up, painted, and stick them back in the car. I'm going to clean the frame up on the car too. Hey guys, we're going to do a little sandblasting today. Got these control arms. They're super greasy and nasty. I've already started on this one just to try out my setup. I modified my Harbor Freight sandblaster. Anybody that's used one of these things probably know that it's they're not the best, but I've come up with a way and bought some things to modify it to make it work a little better. Found some stuff on YouTube, but I've got the media loaded in here. I ran it through this sieve to get out any of the bigger stuff, so I went ahead and did that. But I'll take you around, show you what's going on with this compressor. It's loaded up. We've got to screw the top on, and we'll get to sandblasting here. Real quick, I want to show you what I've got going on here. So this is definitely not the most efficient setup, or probably the safest setup in the world, but I was having a really hard time getting enough air volume to really run this thing correctly. So what I did is I hooked two compressors to it. So I've got a 80 gallon, it's this line, it's an 80 gallon Champion with a 5 horse electric. This one's going to a Northern portable gas with a 5-horse gas engine, or whatever the Honda equivalent is there. Got them both plumbed in there. Seems to be doing a lot better. You can see shop's a mess, but there's one of the compressors. The other compressor's in the other room. Now here was a big upgrade. I got this off Amazon, and I believe this is a 1/8 nozzle. It's not focusing. 1/8 nozzle. I got the smallest one. I think I may be able to run a little bit bigger nozzle with the 2 compressors. May end up adding a 3rd compressor later on, but this is probably one of the biggest things. I think it was like $40 on Amazon. Totally worth it. The nozzles, replacement nozzles, are probably, I don't know, $15, $16. I don't remember what they are, but as you can tell, it does a pretty good job already. That stuff on there is thick. I mean, it's like half inch, or not half inch, about an 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch of grease just caked on there. And I'm gonna go ahead and blast it out. I'm gonna put some safety gear on and start blasting. But this thing actually started working pretty well after I hooked the 2 compressors up to it. It's just takes a tremendous amount of volume of air to run a sandblaster. So that being said, we'll go ahead. I'm gonna get suited up here and we'll go ahead and start sandblasting. Okay guys, it definitely does a good job now. I mean, it took that grease all off there. Actually really happy with it, which is a surprise because quite honestly I was ready to throw it in the trash can. But big thing is just getting enough airflow to it. Getting rid of that stupid factory nozzle. And if you get enough air and a good nozzle, it'll actually be a decent tool. So, okay guys, we've got to get these control arm bushings out. So I've never done this before, but everybody on the internet was using a ball joint press. One thing you will need to make are some, I just took a piece of pipe and cut it in half and measured it to fit in between here so you don't crush these ears. together, so they are different sizes, unfortunately, so you're gonna have to make one for each side and possibly each control arm. So hopefully they're not too far off, but I made those. I'm gonna go ahead and press these out. So I'm just gonna take a ball joint press, put it on here, come over here, stuff out of the way, put it on that. So then I'm going to take this cup, actually I'm going to take this and put this in here first. These things are super useful, but they're kind of need a few hands to hold everything here. So you want this cup to fit around this one, and you want this one to fit in there. I don't think I've got anything else that would work. I don't think that's gonna fit now. Just gotta get it in the right spot. Once you get some pressure on it, it's no problem, but until you get some pressure on it. Alright. So I got that good and hand tied. It's already moving, even by hand. I'm gonna take my impact, just pop this out. Let's put that back in there. That didn't work. She did not budge one bit. She did not budge at all. Okay, let's try the other one. Cup is big enough. Okay, yeah, it's definitely big enough. Maybe this bushing's supposed to go out that way. Alright guys, hey, y'all just watched me take those bushings out, the rubber parts of the bushing. Apparently you didn't have to do that, you actually have to pop the whole shell out. I ended up doing most of that off camera. It was a tremendous amount of work. I've got these control arms right here. I did get them popped out, completely popped out. I had to do a lot of hammering cutting, beating, and banging to get these things out. I ended up, these are the lowers, but on the uppers I ended up, I bought some new crossbars and I ended up putting those, or cutting the old ones out so that I could get these in there. But as you can tell, I've already blasted these apart, and you saw that earlier in the video, but I'm going to blast them again just to get the parts that I've missed, just make them a little better. And I thought originally I was going to paint these, but I bought an Eastwood powder coat gun, so I'm going to powder coat these, and we'll try our hand at powder coating. Might as well, since we're this deep, might as well try to learn something new. So that's probably enough for this video. I really thank you if you're holding on to this point. I appreciate the view, but that'll be enough for today. In the next video, we'll powder coat them and get the frame cleaned up on the car, and get ready to put them in. May even get them put in on the next video. I really want this car up and going, so that I can start driving it and enjoying it, and this is standing in my way. So thank you so much for staying this long, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up down below. Thank you so much. Have a good day.